There was one gentleman who I went to visit, and I talked to him a number of times, but just particularly that day, he just wanted to tell me basically his life story. So he started and he told me from start to finish and what he had learned and how he had grown and how he had let go of some of the pain that had happened in the past. And he just seemed so at peace. And then he passed not too long after that. So I was really grateful to be there to hear him in his last day. My name is Sandy, and I'm a supported living case manager for Bridgeland Manor at the DI. Yeah, so I spent my whole childhood with my parents volunteering through the Salvation Army, and I worked with seniors since I was a child. And then when I became a young adult, I worked with a lot of children, but I always gravitated more towards people in their golden years just because they had great stories, and I felt like I learned a lot from them. And I could bring some youthful energy to them. And I think probably the biggest one is that almost everybody develops some sort of health situation as they age. That's just part of being human. Things tend to start to break down, and so there's always a health challenge. There's always mobility that starts to go for people in some level. I mean, I have a lot of people who still can go for a long bike ride and things like that, but they have to slow down in other areas. Well, I know my residents really well, so that really helps. It's not that I have to even have a checklist anymore. I just know this person has this health challenge, this person has that health challenge, because I know them very, very well. So when I see them and they're telling me about their latest doctor visit or a new treatment that they're getting, sometimes I don't know the treatment itself, so I'll go and research it. And just the biggest thing I do is encourage them. Sometimes people feel really down or really frustrated because of the way that their body is changing as they age, but just encouraging them that they still have a lot of life and that their life can be still lived to the fullest. So I work with seniors, and I always think that in about 60 years, I have young children, but in 60 years they'll be seniors. They'll be living in their golden years. And so I won't be here anymore. Well, maybe I will, but I'll be way too old to be helping them. And I would love for somebody to come along and help them. I would love for them to have somebody who would make them brownies like the way I used to, somebody who would listen to them, someone who would help them book a doctor's appointment or fill out a form or any of those other things, encouraging them to reach out to an old friend even if they weren't in the mood. Just to make their life better. I would want that for them, and so I'm doing that for somebody else. Like everybody else was somebody's little boy or little girl at one point. So that's why I do what I do.